Glad you're all here. Call the Dickinson County Commission regular meeting, May 9th, 2024 to order. Please stand for the flag salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I move for the approval of the agenda with no additions.
I'll second it.
Been moved in second. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Consent agenda, minutes of the May 2nd meeting, payroll of $404,454.21, and abatements of $49.78.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Been moved in second. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Commission comments and committee reports. Ron?
No comments.
Lynn?
I'm on the board of Central Kansas Mental Health, and they're having an open house today. They have some expansion possibilities they're looking at, but it's also through the Salina Area Chamber. They have an office here in Abilene and also serve Dickinson County and come into the area, but the home or larger facilities in Saline County. And so I plan to attend that. Also, there's a Dickinson County EDC meeting. I'm on that board too, and that's this evening. And I'll try to do that either by Zoom or Commissioner Chamberlain possibly will be there. That's all I have.
Thank you, Lynn. We had our department head meeting this morning at 10 o'clock. The appraisals, which will affect all of you, went up by 1.4%. That's ag land and everything included in it. Ag land went down. I'm not sure. I didn't ask the amount. We got the petition, citizen petitions, 330 plus. We're going to file those and take care of those. That's all I have. Well, presentation of proclamations and other public comments. Jerry, you want to take it over?
I would be happy to.
No?
I'm Sheriff Jerry Davis. This is a special day for me personally because I get to recognize a portion of what our officers do on a day-to-day basis. I'm very proud of these two young officers, and I really am proud that they're a representative of our agency. We send them to police academy. They get trained up. They come back. We do field training. They get pushed out on their own, and then when it comes time to act, they don't hesitate. They take action. Today, I'm going to commend two of our officers for life-saving. The first deputy is Deputy Connor Hassenbank. On July 30th, 2023, Deputy Connor Hassenbank responded to an accident involving a side-by-side utility vehicle northeast of Solomon. A 14-year-old female had been operating the UTV when it rolled over, pinning her underneath. The victim's parents were able to free the victim prior to law enforcement's arrival. Deputy Hassenbank noted the victim's right ankle was broken, severely twisted, and bleeding. Deputy Hassenbank applied a tourniquet to the victim's right thigh within 2 minutes of arrival on scene. The victim was transported from the scene via Lifestar Air ambulance. Medical personnel notified the sheriff's office that the deputy who applied the tourniquet did a great job saving the girl's life. Deputy Hassenbank's recognition of the injury, quick thinking, and application of the tourniquet resulted directly in saving the life of the victim. Therefore, it is my honor to bestow on Deputy Connor Hassenbank this official commendation for life-saving presented this 9th day of May, 2024. In addition to the commendation, he's got a life-saving pin that he will be allowed to wear on his uniform while he's working. So if Connor would come forward, I'd like to present him with this commendation. I remember when I was a young pup.
Everybody get pictures they needed. If not, we're going to take another one.
Okay, I guess we're going to take another picture if necessary.
One with everybody.
Okay. The second deputy is Deputy James Hager. He came to our office from our agency, from the Dodge City Police Department. Since he's been here, he's done an exceptional job. I would like to recognize him for an effort that occurred back in October. This official commendation for life saving is for Deputy James Hager. On October 5th, 2023, Deputy James Hager responded to a domestic disturbance in Woodbine. A 46-year-old male had broken a window and a door, causing a severe laceration to his right bicep. Deputy Hager applied a tourniquet to the victim's arm within 3 minutes of arrival on scene. The victim was transported from the scene via ambulance and was later airlifted to a trauma hospital. The paramedic with Lifestar who attended to the victim throughout the flight notified the sheriff's office that the deputy's prompt and proper application of the tourniquet saved the victim's life. Deputy Hager's recognition of the injury, quick thinking, and application of the tourniquet resulted directly in saving the life of the victim. Therefore, it is my honor to bestow on Deputy James Hager this official commendation for life saving presented this 9th day of May, 2024. Deputy Hager, come forward. I'll present him with the certificate. I would like to note that the paramedic that attended to the victim is a friend of mine, and he is present to witness this celebration. So here's your commendation. Here's the pen.
Yeah. You want to recognize the paramedic that was there and have him stand up and
Sure. Paramedic David Stoltz. He's worked for Lifestar for I don't know how long. He's the one that notified, 23 years. So he's starting to get it figured out. But he's the one I was contacted on both instances by because Lifestar, I guess, was involved in Riley as well. So,
Jerry, you might enter the lady that Mr. Hosbank saved. Is she here?
she is.
Yes.
You want to introduce her? You guys, would you like to say anything?
That's okay. I know.
I mean, no words can really describe how much gratitude we have towards Deputy Hasselbank. You know, it not only stopped that day, but the day before we got out of the hospital, Deputy and his lovely wife stopped in to see us at Children's Mercy on their way on their family vacation. They spent a little bit of time with us, stopped in to see Riley to see how she was doing, and that truly shows what kind of people that we have in this community. So we can't ever repay honor for his actions, but we are so grateful that he was there for us. So.
Yeah, anybody else you'd like to introduce?
Anybody else I'd like to introduce? I don't know people's names. I know Riley. I was kind of dumbfounded when this accident happened in July. I said that I talked with her mom here just a month or so ago, and she told me that her whole goal was to be able to ride her horse again. So I guess they had the amputation in August. In October, she was riding a horse. And then last month, I went to a Chapman track meet and watched her run in a Chapman track meet less than a year since this whole thing started. So she's a tough young lady and she's a fighter. So I'm very proud of her as well.
Any other pictures we need to take?
Do you want pictures with the two deputies and the
Yeah, I
commission?
think so. I think it'd be appropriate.
Yes, you get to do that.
And Sheriff Davis, you ought to be in between.
Right, and then if you want any of your other officers up there too.
You want them?
You guys want the pictures?
Yeah, yeah. Come on behind us. Come on down.
It's not gonna hurt.
Price is right.
Or anything like that.
She's not going to hurt.
Collar.
Jerry, I think Ryan is here.
What's that?
Yeah.
Ryan is here.
And you can get between them, Jerry. That way you look taller. You between them, you look taller.
I used to be 6'2".
You got to move up a little bit. Come on. I get 25 cents a picture. And then left.
That'll work.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. Hey, I'm pretty much at my end. Check Jerry's already.
Jerry, thank you. Good job. They're all ready. You know, you never know. Yeah, emergency when it comes up.
Do you want to pick?
We're going to go to other public comments. If you care to leave, it's fine. If you want to stay, appreciate it. Okay, everybody stands.
Not everybody. Yes, it's your exit chance, but we'll be done in 15 minutes, maybe.
No, thank you. Thank you.
You know, anybody on the internet that wants to make other comments?
No, not that has their hand up, so.
Report of comment.
Oh, wait, one question just came up. So let me unmute, and it looks like Pam has a question
Okay.
or a comment. Pam, can you hear us? Pam, I think you have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Peterson, I was curious as to why you didn't mention that I came in and spoke to you when you mentioned when somebody comes in and speaks to you negatively about the wind turbines or positively about the wind turbines and didn't share my concerns.
I mean, obviously not 100% of the time do I bring that up, but I do bring some of the general comments and as you mentioned, I also did receive an email from another county person that was raising their opposition also. But we're just gathering information and no intent to offend or leave anyone out of the discussion, but several times I go without mentioning if someone came in or gave me a call or said something on the street. I mean, some weeks I may get several and some weeks one or two. But yeah, she stopped at my office and we had a visit.
It just seems that whenever a comment is made, it's always positive about the wind farm rather than anything negative. One of the concerns that I had was that we had turned in over 300 petitions and our concern has not been addressed. And I asked Mr. Peterson what we needed to do to have that addressed and was advised that it would not matter whether we brought a proclamation or resolution forward, that it would not be addressed. We have over 300 citizens that have let you know that they do not want this. And I don't understand why it's not being taken up.
I wasn't trying to get around that as far as in a private conversation, but the way I understood it, what you were asking me is as an individual, if you could place it on the agenda to vote for a moratorium or not. And my opinion on that was that if there's an action item placed on the agenda, it should come from the county administrator or it should come through one of the county commissioners, but that it's not something where the general public would just come in and say, add this to the agenda. So that was, if I misunderstood that, I misunderstood it possibly, but anyway, I thought that's what you were asking for.
I'm asking what the group Save Dickinson County can do to have that addressed. We have over 300 members in our group and we have turned in over 300 petitions.
I'll get back. We'll talk to our county counselor,
Talk to legal counsel, yes.
find out what our next procedure steps would be, Pam.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Chamberlain.
We did get to 300 petitions, 300 plus, I think we've got here. I've mentioned that in the report, staff.
Okay. I also wanted to mention, I was listening to the earlier meeting and the conversation about the Narcan, and I understand that we're concerned about the opioid problem, but I don't think that's affecting 300 Dickinson County citizens, and this is.
Thank you, Pam. At all, we'll go ahead and our county officer, county official report, Janelle.
Commissioners, as Martin reported in the department manager meeting, 1145 First Road is now open and they are waiting on the seating. The weather is playing a part in this, and then we'll have the walkthrough and the KDOT inspection. Also, they're preparing the asphalt season, so they'll start paving on Old 40 from Detroit to Chapman and then turn around and come back. They're Durapatching for that as well, and then graveling and blading roads. Emergency management was out for the storm on Monday, and we were very fortunate. I know we had quite a bit of hail in several parts of the county, just various sizes, and we had some rain, but luckily minimal damage that we could tell. And we had a little damage at environmental services, but that was quickly corrected. Environmental services is out chemical spraying on our county roads.
Do we have any hail damage at all?
Not on any of the buildings or vehicles. So that's a plus, without a doubt. So, because as you know, our insurance rates have increased. Yes. So the health department is hosting a community baby shower today at Squirrel Hall at 4:30. And as Marcus reported, we're continuing to work on budgets, and you start your budget hearings next week. So that is all I have unless you have questions.
This is a question for both of you. I mean, how are we figuring? I know I've got a friend that's a teacher over in their insurance, health insurance rates are expected to go up 30%.
So right now, what we're putting in the budget is 10%. We're waiting on the broker to get back with us with a little bit firmer estimate on that. So, and that's what we're hearing is 30 to, is that for the employee or for the employer? And that's the information that we're waiting on.
United Health.
Right, United Health. So for the employer side, we're figuring 10% right now. So, and that's part of the reason we went with a broker, so we could have a little more control. Right, and what's going to happen on the employee side and what those fees could be.
So is there options for people that are employed to raise their deductible and get a lower rate, or that's up to the broker?
It's what the broker brings back to us.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other questions for Janelle? Mr. Thompson, County Administrator.
Thank you.
Counselor.
County Counselor, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
That,
May have been a title of mine, I wasn't sure.
motion.
I covered for Bruce Berry because he's resigned. Covered for him yesterday and my docket too, and so it was pretty lengthy. I do have an attorney from Salina, and she has advised me that she's probably 95% interested in it. And so I will try to see if I can get that put together so that we can go back to the same standards that we have been. Had one of our, one of those that are on the county contract list that had to take one of the severity cases that was a severity level 1. And so we'll be having a financial statement coming to us for payment for that one. Other than that, why that's all I have right now.
And severity levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Is that
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
okay? 1, 2, 3.
I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, but I may have to take a look. We've made the contract arrangement with 5 and above would be 5 through 10 would be through for our staff that they can do. But this was a severity.
Council would handle.
Pardon me?
They'd handle anything above 5.
Yeah.
And then anything below that would be extra. Okay. But I
Wouldn't be extra. It would be another attorney that would be taking those.
Okay,
But if that can't be done, then they would take that case and we would pay them separately.
yeah, okay.
So that's all I have right now. Thank you.
Any questions for Doug? Notice of communications, we have a certified letter from City of Abilene, establishment of the downtown loft reinvestment housing incentive district, adoption of development plan. They had a meeting April 8th, public hearing. Had a letter from Order and Order Chartered. Dear gentlemen, my experience that few naysayers can create more noise than folks in favor of the project who are generally more sedated. While I'm not a scientist, I have taken time to research issue concerning wind turbines and their economic effect on communities. I would strongly encourage any legislation that would allow wind turbines to operate in Dickinson County. Robert H. Royer. Also have a electronic file from Astor Bank, Hunter Hammer Enterprises. Case $100. That's all of them. Right.
I'll go ahead and mention the two that I had. I had Julia Brandt send an email, and she is opposed to the wind turbines for having any project of such. And then also, as mentioned earlier on public comment, Pam Wells had stopped at the office and also was opposed to that project and concerned about the long-lasting effects of the project. And then I've already mentioned she had mentioned she wanted to place something on the agenda, which I told her procedurally that doesn't come from the general public. That's all I have.
We have no communication of that introduction, consider resolutions, no unfinished business, other business. Our capital fund request by Dickinson County Historical Society,
Commissioners, as you know, during the past few budget seasons, we have allocated some monies for Historical Society for capital projects. They received their allocation for operations, and then we've allocated another $10,000. So they have let us hold that money for them per your request, and then provide a project that they would like to spend the capital monies on. And they are requesting that they have met a goal that they had for collecting $88,650 through the Community Foundation, the Brown Memorial Foundation, their supporters, and they are putting up a building, and they are officially requesting the $40,000 that has accumulated for the past several years to go towards that project. So they are starting construction hopefully at the end of May, depending on the material availability, and they're asking that you would honor this request.
Motion to approve the request.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any other questions for Janelle? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Future meeting and agenda items. I will be attending the Kansas County Highway Association Conference, the 21st. It's a 3-day conference. I'm just going to go down for the first day is the golf tournament stuff. So, I mean, that May 20th. First. Anything else come before the commission? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. Favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Stand adjourned.